I spoke to about 300 Westport citizens recently about Westport Education 2025, and I said there were several things that caused me to come to this conclusion that we needed to change, but the most important, my epiphanal moment, was when I first bought my first iPhone. It was then that I realized that we can no longer be simply the repository of information that we pass along to students who sit quietly, listen to us, take notes, and then tell us that they remember what we told them simply by taking a test.
Do you need me for anything, or can I just...
Thanks.
You good? Okay. I'll turn it over to Hannah then.
Alright, so the game plan for today is to just keep filming. So if we could just go around the table really quickly and everyone just fill me in on what you're going to be doing today.
I'm Mike Zito. I'm one of 2 media teachers here at Staples High School in Westport. And we're lucky here. We have a number of classes. They all end purposely with the name production. We produce things. If it's TV production, we produce a TV show. If it's film production, we produce film. If it's radio production, the kids do radio shows. And because of that whole element of productivity, the technology is really seamless. It's all to produce whatever. I'm very, very excited about 2025. It's an effort, and I think a really successful effort, to have all of the classes think along that way. Think along the ways of not using technology just for technology's sake, but for the idea of having a seamless classroom.
So now we're on this quest to transform the way students learn, starting from kindergarten right up through grade 12. All students will find themselves working with small groups of their peers to tackle a problem and then to present their findings or their solution to a group of adults, we hope in an articulate and persuasive manner.
My name is Adele Valovich, and I am one of the orchestra directors here at Staples High School. 2, 3. So the students collaborate as a team. They solve their problems creatively. There's differentiation in that each of the quartets is playing a different piece of music. So these are all, I think, 21st century skills, being able to collaborate.
I feel like there wasn't really much shift in dynamics. You guys didn't really go up or go down. You guys stayed where you were. Could add some excitement to the piece.
And so these are the things that we do in the 21st century skills that we've been talking about in the district. And so I think that quartet playing in music really demonstrates all of these things.
My team came to the conclusion that what they really needed to be able to do is to think critically, to be unafraid of tackling ill-defined, often ambiguous problems, knowing where to go to find information, and then to decide from the good information what will help them solve the problem.
"2025, I think, is what education today really ought to be about. It's not just about acquiring skills, it's really giving students the tools to continue to learn and to continue to do. And specifically in context of the lens, I was looking at analyzing, evaluating, some strategic collaboration, working across disciplines. And those were the things I really focused on in this particular activity.
Now, I probably won't be here to see this, but at some point in the future, each senior will be required to stand in a public setting to explain why they believe they've mastered 21st century skills, to demonstrate to an audience that they have the skills to be successful in this new global economy that we've created.
I am Mr. Garrity. We have the opportunity right now to pilot Barnes & Noble HD Nooks, their tablet computer and their text reader. We're using the Westport 2025 lens to look at specific areas where the students are going to show growth.
The lack of emphasis on plot emphasizes on just the being.
The students last night downloaded a critical edition of Waiting for Godot, and they're looking at the lens through two specific contexts. One is theater of the absurd, and the other is through a lens of existentialism and existential thought. The students used the devices last night to read and take notes. They emailed each other quotes and ideas and sort of had a dynamic interaction with the text. So it's a rendering of the text. They've been emailing each other, responding, asking questions. It's about computing in the cloud and learning in the cloud, and how we can, by harnessing the cloud, we can go more global with our thinking, we can be more dynamic when working with text, and ultimately become deeper critical thinkers.
I'm confident that Staples students, Westport students, will be successful. And I make that statement based upon the 9 years that I've spent working with Westport high school students who are, by and large, motivated, respectful, hardworking, intelligent young people. I hope to see the fruits of this at some point in the future. Thanks for listening.